Foreman. He is the president of the Chicago Police Board. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. What are your thoughts tonight on the charges that have been brought against Derek Chauvin, third-degree murder and manslaughter? Are they severe enough, do you think?
Certainly don't seem severe enough to me. I mean, it's frustrating. I haven't reviewed the information, it just came out, but I think that this is a part of the frustration that we hear from community about. There's a difference between the way that law enforcement is prosecuted relative to the way that regular citizens are prosecuted. So it's tough. I haven't reviewed the indictment, so it's difficult for me to say, but it sure doesn't feel good.
One reason I think we're seeing protests in Chicago and other cities across the country is that this is not a unique situation, where people feel that police force, certainly overwhelmed and in some cases was inappropriate for that circumstance. What feels a little different this time around is the relatively quick timeline for firing and charges. That hasn't always been the case here in Chicago, and I wonder why not.
Well, we have a different system, so I don't know that it's necessarily fair to compare the two. I actually had a conversation with the equivalent of the head of the disciplinary process in New York, and they have a different system than we have here in Chicago as well. So can't necessarily compare the two from a disciplinary perspective, and then however the district attorney charges, those are. But
isn't that part of the problem historically here in Chicago, whether it's a Jason Van Dyke or other officers? Former Superintendent Gary McCarthy told us earlier tonight it was impossible or very difficult for him to fire bad officers because the process here in Chicago makes that difficult.
Well, right. The process in Chicago is that the superintendent is not responsible for firing. It's only the police board who has that responsibility. So,
as president of the police board, tell me this: how do you weed out the bad apples before it escalates to the point that it did with George Floyd?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this starts a long time before someone is a police officer. This starts with the relationships that CPD builds in community, right? And so I think that it is about having a relationship. Right now, there's some communities where young people don't trust police. We have to fix that. And I don't think that this is an easy answer. This isn't something we didn't get in this situation overnight. Obviously, we can name after name where people have been mistreated or killed by the police, and so there is a lack of trust. And so this is a part of what we have to do as a city, as a nation.
As president of
Minneapolis, this feels personal to me, right? And every time we have another situation like this, it continues to feel personal. And at the same time, I think it's important that we all continue to try to find a way to improve the system, to improve it so we can feel comfortable. We can feel like we're valued as citizens of a city, and we can live freely.
As president of the police board, you're privy to a lot of information, a lot of the complaints that don't necessarily become public. I wonder if you think we are seeing incidents like this more often because they're happening more often, or because everyone's carrying a camera and can record it.
Yeah, no. So one, I'm only privy to the information that does become public. The police board, we don't get private information, secretive information, number one. And two, I think that this is a part of what the frustration that we're saying is that, Rodney King was not the first person to be beat by the police. We saw it on videotape, right? And so now with cell phones and body cams, we're starting to see these things more often, the things that people have been complaining about. And so, I think it's frustrating. I think that, it feels like it's our sons and our daughters and it's us ultimately, right? And so I think that, again, I don't know that it's an easy answer. And even for myself, trying to figure out a way to, how do you, the math doesn't add up, right? But how do you continue to be a part of the process of making things better?
But Guion, would you say, being a black person, being on the police board, that the onus is not on the black people to end the racism, it's on the non-black people, mostly the white people, to end racism? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, unequivocally.
All right. Thank you, sir. Guion Foreman, I appreciate it.